Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick little comparison here between Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra and the previous flagship Sony Xperia Z5 Premium, which came before the XZ Premium. I think in 2015, a beast phone in terms of like the first 4K display when you're playing games and movies, disclaimer obviously, but still amazing really in terms of what it was bringing to the table. And it's still going strong here, coming with a little bit out of date specs, but we're going to see how it compares with the mid-ranger from 2018. Which I think you can probably get the Z5 Premium for less than the XA2 Ultra. Personally, I'd probably recommend the XZ Premium still, because it does come with a flagship level processor. And I think the 4K display was a bit of a battery hog on the first generation. But you can see in terms of the booting up here, very close actually. Oh, so the new phone does actually boot on first, which is very interesting. Z5 Premium takes ages to boot on. Wow. So that's quite nice. So in terms of the Android, I think we're running Nugget here on Z5 Premium. We're just going to check that out. So if you just go into the About Phone, yeah, Android 7.1.1. Obviously we do have the latest Android Oreo here on the new boy, which is nice. I wanted to also test out the memory management in this video, see if it's any good. So let's just open up a few apps and see how they do compare first. We did have Snapdragon 810 in the Z5 Premium, which was a hot boy. Hot processor. And you can see, I think the Z5 Premium is actually a little bit faster here, which is very nice for a 2-year-old phone. I gotta say again, you should definitely consider older flagships over newer kind of mid-range phones here, especially if you can get a good deal. That was quite similar. And we do have PlayStation. So I'm probably going to give this to Z5 Premium when it comes to the basic ones. Didn't touch them at the same time, I know, jittery fingers. But I think you can see quite similar load speeds here. Definitely think the XA Ultra 2 has a fantastic display though, in terms of the improvements there. Way better in terms of the contrast and colour, etc. So, the 4K kind of thing isn't really a big deal compared to that. I don't know why Sony can't put a 4K into the XA line. It is a big display, so you'd think they'd be able to do that. In terms of the apps opening though, the games, you can see that old processor definitely had some life to it. It definitely seems to push the Android around pretty good still. So straight in there again, as you can see. And the last one. Yeah, so different device, you can see the Z5 Premium did win there. So definitely going to give that to Z5 Premium when it comes to your apps and games opening. Interesting as well how much the software is advanced, because you don't really see it much with Xperia software because it's very light. But you can, if you look into it, you can see how they've really kind of added new features here in terms of the software. So you do get these like force touch kind of gestures here on the left, and in as well the so hang on, in fact you don't actually get force touch features, we just get app info. You would expect like force touch feature, because I think it is coming on some of them, so it's not consistent between them, but a few of them do have the force touch feature, which is good. I definitely as well enjoy the new wallpapers, which are much more customizable here compared to the older ones. So with the older ones you can see you just get one colour and you have to put that on, but with these you can actually customize now like how you wish, so that is pretty awesome. Let's just see the web page experience here between the two of them. So a little bit of browsing. Let's see, and go. So Z5 Premium loading the page a little bit faster here, and we got a little crash on the left. And you can see the scrolling speeds. Z5 Premium seems to load the picture a little bit faster here still, which is very nice to see. Let's try the multitasking. What is this doing? Don't know. So both of them reloading a little bit. I think they both have 3 gigs of RAM, so probably a little bit below what is needed nowadays for a silky experience. But there doesn't seem to be too much difference here actually in terms of the memory management. You can see both of them struggling to keep even the most basic stuff in memory, so that's a little bit annoying. But I guess you can live with it, you know, if you're not too bothered about having hundreds of apps open. But it's not going to hold anything in memory, so do bear that in mind. But again, you know, I'd say if you're looking at these two, definitely don't rule out the older Sony flagships like the Z5, XZ, etc. Definitely still worthwhile when it comes to your Android. So yeah, just a quick little comparison here between Z5 and the XA2 Ultra. We'll be doing some other videos checking out these phones and how they do compare, so do stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.